How's it going, everybody? The Seer here, and today we're discussing the update to War and Cosmic Crucible. So the new season's going to be rolling out. Now, I haven't really looked fully at the rules on here. I want to leave the majority of it up to the video as far as kind of getting a raw reaction. We can kind of look at off the cuff what teams can kind of go in each room. So let's go ahead and get started on this video. So Cosmic Crucible Season 12. For the first time, we had a community vote based on rooms proposed by our official envoys. For Room 6, and the winner was Updog's proposed room, Symbiote Satisfaction. The next Cosmic Crucible season will begin on December 13th, and the first trials will start on December 15th. So that's going to end up being next week's the last week of Cosmic Crucible. Then it's going into the new season right after that. So I'll try to get a video together as far as defense options, what could end up working in each room. And then from there, we can kind of do some theory craft and see what's going to be going on with this. Now, if you are interested in those defense options videos and infographics, join the Discord. And on my YouTube, make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on that video. So the global rules, joint operation. On defense and offense, the future team. Okay, so whatever new team is coming, on assist, gain safeguard. So it sounds like this new team that's coming is going to have a lot of assist mechanics. Otherwise, that wouldn't really be a thing. That is going to be terrifying with the updated stats. So I don't even know what this is, but that's going to be pretty nasty, it sounds like. So on defense, all characters will be gaining that normal 20% max health, 10% damage. It's going to be the exposed mechanic. So this is all normal. Stage 1, invulnerable. On defense and offense, raider and skirmisher characters, they're going to be doing an additional 200% more damage when they drop under 50% health. We had something like this similar a few seasons back, and I remember Gambit, he would drop under that 50% health, ult, and just wipe out the entire team. So that's a little terrifying, reliving those flashbacks. I wish they would have done something else, like add in Striker does something, Healer Fortifier, they do something. Maybe Healer does additional healing. If you drop under 50% health, heal up 100% of your life. Something of that sort. Make it a little bit more interesting. This one might end up being a dead room, honestly, what I'm looking at on here. But let's go ahead and keep looking. Stage 2, what you wish for. On defense and offense, all characters, when using an ultimate ability, generate 1 ability energy for each enemy. So this one here, Dulum had this for his season, Cosmic Crucible season, and it really wasn't as impactful. Most things die fairly quickly. Usually ends up being about 3 rounds of combat. So I don't know how impactful this will be. Maybe on like a sack. Just try not to ult if you're going to be doing a burn attack to feed them energy. That's the only thing I can really think of. I don't know how impactful this is going to be off the bat. Stage 3, when it rings. On defense and offense, when a positive effect is applied to a character, increase the duration of all positive effects on allies of that character by +1 up to max of 3. When a negative effect is applied to a character, increase the duration of all negative effects on all allies of that character by +1 up to a maximum of 3. So right off the bat, there's 2 teams I'm looking at in here. The first is going to be Spider Society. They get a lot of positive effects right off the bat. When the evades start coming in, that's going to be a positive effect. That's going to start adding up for everything. The other one is a Nightmare. If we scroll back up, future team, on assist, gain safeguard. Safeguard is a positive effect. So if they're going to be assisting, they're going to get safeguard. That's going to be increasing the duration of all positive effects. That safeguard's not going to drop off. It did not take me long to think of that. So that's going to be terrifying. If that team starts getting those assists, it looks like the Black Panther Shuri or Echo is going to be an offensive tool. So Illuminati might be an offensive tool to try to get rid of this. Another option could be pulling your Annihilators off of defense. Have Thanos endgame get pushed. That's going to remove all positive effects. And that should end up taking care of the positive effects on the side of things. I'm curious how many negative effects that new team is going to be dishing out as well. That's something we want to keep in mind for this one. Stage 4 Temporal Shielding. On defense and offense, bio and tech characters. On basic, gain speed up. With speed up at the end of the turn, bury yourself for 20% of that character's max health. So Illuminati, that could be an interesting one in here. There's going to be bio and tech characters on that team. So if they get those assists, that's going to end up being a basic that might end up including the speed up on them. Another option could end up being the Spider Society, getting them that speed up like that. Then when they get the speed up, get the barrier on them. Or, yeah, Illuminati or the Spider Society. It looks like could be the big teams that's going to be fitting here on this one. Stage 5 Duck and Weave. On defense and offense, city characters. On dodge, gain offense up. On a successful hit, gain defense up. This shouts the Spider Society team. So Spider Society might be going in here as well. So it looks like Spider Society has a few options that you could end up throwing on here. Another one I'm looking at is going to be for this one here. So 4 and 5. That could be the absolute A-Force. Bio and tech. Because Medusa is going to be a bio character. The Wasp and Ironheart are tech characters. And then we have Kahori, she's a mystic character. And then Ms. Marvel Classic, she's a bio character. So, yeah. The absolute A-Force could be in 4, getting them all that speed up. And then all the barrier as well. That's going to be a nightmare to try to get through them. Stage 5 city characters. I believe they are all city on that team as well, except for Medusa. She is a cosmic character. Depending on the dodge portion of it, that could be an interesting one in here as well. Stage 6 on defense and offense. Hero symbiote characters. They're going to count as villains and drops below 50% health. All enemies flip negative status effects to positive, and all allies flip their positive effects to negative. I think this one here is for everybody. I don't think that's just for the hero symbiote type of thing on here. That portion should be everywhere. The hero symbiote characters should just count as villains, and then this is another tag to it. I believe that's how that is. We're going to have to see how it's actually coded and what this actually is going to end up being. But that's it for the Cosmic Crucible portion. Again, I'll get a infographic out. I'll do a video as far as the defensive options, so make sure that you stay tuned for that one. On to the war portion on here. So Alliance War Chapter 7 introduces some new changes and looks to be an absolute blast. With the new season of war, we're going to be reducing the number of defense rooms from 10 down to 8. So looks like they are trying to kind of manage the screen time by dropping these rooms from 10 to 8. That's what I get from this. Please let us know your feedback on the changes as we look to make potential updates in the future. The next chapter of Alliance War kicks off December 16th. This is going to have a huge ripple effect as far as Alliance Wars. So having it to where we're able to pull 2 more teams off of defense, you're really going to be able to stack more hybrid teams on defense, and that's going to give you a lot more offensive firepower as well, because some of those like 11th and 12th attack teams that you had, you really don't need anymore. You just need 10 good attack teams. This is really going to change Alliance War. That just this change right here, without even looking at the rules, that's going to impact this a lot. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. I'm okay with it because the screen time can get out of hand, especially when there are trials going on, when towers come back and everything. But I'm curious what you guys think. I know there's a lot of war-heavy people out there that might not be happy about this. But again, this is going to have a huge ripple effect as far as what's going on defense, what's going on attack now. All right, so let's go ahead and continue this. The global rule is Arcadia Reforged. On hit, this is on hit, if the target has exposed attacking A-Force allies, this is just regular A-Force, not absolute A-Force, they're going to be applying offense down and bleed on those hits. So attacking A-Force allies. So yeah, this... Okay. On turn, attacking astral allies with immunity gain offense up. So, looks like the astral and A-Force again some pretty big buffs just off that alone. Having offense up on astral is going to hurt because they do get a lot of immunity out there, especially with this passive flipping the disrupt into immunity. There's going to be a 20% primary stats to defending Orcus allies. So Orcus is definitely going on defense with that. Primary stats to all attacking allies will be getting a 20%. So attacking allies will get that 20% stat bump on there as well. I remember when this was off and people weren't happy about it. So it looks like that's here to stay. So Medbay. This is going to be a global buff. Apply 2 regeneration to defending allies. Tech allies will also receive an additional 2 regeneration. Something to keep in mind is Orcus will be getting those 2 regenerations, especially with the buffs to the primary stats. So Orcus is going to be a monster on defense. Also, Absolute A-Force has Ironheart and Wasp as tech characters. So they're going to be getting the additional regeneration on here. So that's going to be something to keep in mind. The Armory is an adjacent buff. So 20% primary stats to defending allies and an extra 20% to tech allies. So if you end up putting Absolute A-Force on defense adjacent to the Armory, that Wasp, when she does the ultimate or Ironheart does the ultimate, it's just deletion for the entire team. If Wasp gets the special off to where she does like the 3 bonus hits, again, whoever she hits is deleted. This is going to hit like a truck, so heads up about that. Security is going to be an adjacent. Apply defense down to attacking enemies. For the bridge, apply 10 positive effects randomly to defending allies. So these 2 here are exactly the same. They're not changing. The hangar is going to be an adjacent barrier to all defending allies. An extra 15% to tech allies. So if you end up putting the hangar and the armory adjacent to each other, that's going to be some massive buffs to those tech characters of the Ironheart and the Wasp, where they can have additional barrier. They're also going to be having the additional primary stats. Same with the Orcus team. They're going to be pretty tough to take out. The reactor is going to be applying disrupt to attacking enemies. That's just for the room. That's not changing. The barracks apply offense down, offense up to defending allies. Tech allies get an additional offense up. So they're going to be having offense up the Ironheart, the Wasp as well. I'm really focused in on the Absolute A-Force because they are such monsters on defense. The Mephisto Orcus, that's going to be a huge team to try to take out as well. So this is definitely shaking things up. Cargo is going to be a global buff. 10% to primary stats to all defending allies. On a successful hit, defending tech allies with regeneration will apply bleed. So there's gonna be a lot of bleeds getting dished out there as well, it sounds like. For the engineering, apply defense up to the defending allies. That's staying the same as well. So as far as war goes, the cargo is going to be pretty important to take out, because that's going to be doing an additional 10% stat increase. The barrier, so the hangar is going to be important to take out, and the armory is going to be important. Those are the 3 rooms that I would probably try to focus on taking out first, just because those buffs are going to really ramp up the Absolute A-Force and the Orcus team that's going to be on defense. But let me know what you guys think as far as these changes. I'm fine with the Cosmic Crucible and War lining up. That really makes sense why they pushed Cosmic Crucible out an additional week. That way we're on the same schedule for War and Cosmic Crucible changes to try to keep things fresh. I'm all about keeping things fresh right now as far as trying to keep the game moving forward like this. But let me know what you guys think again. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of the day.